Brandon, we're so back. Today we have an awesome episode for you guys. We're talking about this truck that's ruining our intro. We're talking about a make-believe college football playoff simulator, the top 12 teams according to the rankings, and we decided who's going to win it. So, Brandon, let's get into it. We're going to put our bracket. We're going to put our bracket on the screen right here so you guys can see. It's all over the screen.
Look at that.
It's going to go rankings at 1, we have Georgia, 2, Michigan, 3, TCU, 4, OSU, as in not Oklahoma State, but Ohio State. And 5, sorry. And then 5, we have Bama. 6, we got Tennessee. 7, Clemson. 8, Utah. 9, K-State. 10, USC. 11, Penn State. 12, Washington. Now, let's get into it. Let's just start organizationally. Let's start at the top left corner. Does that sound good with you?
Oh, sure, yeah.
All right. This game is awesome. Utah versus Kansas State. Wow, what a game.
These are winning their championship games.
Both winning their championship games. They've earned the right to be here. And Brandon, you got to start it because I really don't. Those are two very
scary teams.
They're both like complete teams. Like
No.
they're not lacking. They're not getting carried by anyone. These are two great teams with two great coaching staffs. God, I guess you judge it off of who. Go ahead. You had something to say.
Well, no. I'm just thinking about it. Based off
Hit me.
of coaching
Give me the facts.
and the facts. I don't know about too many facts, but based on the coaching, based on divisions, based on games played,
Yep.
I'm going to take Kansas State here.
All right,
Now, I could
all right.
just say, oh, well, you Big 12, I get it, Oklahoma State. But no, I'm just going to take K-State because
right.
of for a couple of reasons. Because one, I still believe that the Big 12 is harder division than the Pac-12. It's just me.
No.
Okay?
Okay, I'm
Disagree
there.
with me, that's fine.
I'm there.
But K-State, their offense is insane. Okay?
It is.
They can score like that. Okay?
Yep.
Deuce Vaughn is the best
man.
running back,
The
or
man.
one of the best running backs in my opinion. Size, he doesn't have the size, but Christian McCaffrey didn't have the size either.
Nobody cares.
K-State, they beat number 3 TCU in the Big 12 title game. That's not that's not a tall or a hard.
I know what you're trying to say.
It's not an easy thing to do. Okay.
Tall, hard.
It's
Keep
all
it going,
hard.
Brandon.
All
All
right.
hard.
And but K-State managed to do it. TCU did beat them in the regular season, so they're kind of just at each other's throats. But gotta hand it to K-State. They played a heck of a game against TCU.
Yeah, they did.
TCU played a heck of a game back.
Dugan.
Duggan.
My Heisman.
My Heisman. And I can just see K-State shining once again in one of these games and dropping 40 on Utah. Because I'm not gonna lie, I like what Utah does.
Dropping beating them by 40 or just dropping
just
40?
dropping
Oh, okay.
40.
I was like,
No, Jesus
we are
Christ.
not aligned.
Oh, Jesus. No, I still like Utah. I think Utah's defense has been good for a couple years now. I think they have one of the best defenses in the Pac-12, if not the best. But to beat USC not only once, but twice.
That's impressive.
And this is their Heisman.
This is the Heisman.
Caleb Williams, twice.
And that,
Trevor Lawrence didn't get beat by a team twice. I don't think so.
Nope.
On his Heisman year.
Well,
Wait,
most
he didn't win
Heismans don't do that. So
win.
most Heismans don't lose twice and then
Rewind.
the same team.
Yep.
Usually you're better than that, but we didn't even go there.
Yeah.
But Brandon, I like that. It's actually very good.
But yeah, Utah, I like what they do on defense.
Yeah.
They can shut you down. So
Yeah.
I think this is honestly a good defense versus a great offense.
Yep.
I still think K-State they just have more grit, I think, than
Grit. They're
these
grittier.
Utah team. But I love them both. And K-State would be my pick. What about you?
I'm right there with you.
Mm-hmm.
It is an extremely competitive game. Out of all these games I'm looking at, I want to watch that one. I might go to that game. I don't care about either team really. I'm taking K-State.
Boom.
This is an offensive game now in football. They got all the weapons. That team is so disciplined. They make no penalties. They do everything by the book, everything right. Great coaching staff. Give me K-State. Utah, fantastic team. I think they'd beat majority of these teams on the list. I just think K-State's going to be the underdog. I don't know if they're Georgia good, but they're definitely moving on in the next round.
Yep.
So let's write K-State in to play Georgia
Boom.
in the next round. Now, let's take it up to the top right. Keep it simple. Keep it in good order. Clemson versus USC. And we have to take into account. Oh, we forgot about home field advantage, but who cares? I still want K-State.
Yep.
Home field advantage goes to Clemson against USC and the Heisman and Caleb Williams. Now,
I'm gonna let you take this one first.
this one's tough. I'm gonna go raw talent here. High-end talent usually wins it in football. I think Caleb Williams pulls this upset off. I know he lost to Utah twice, but dude, Utah has USC's number. You gotta understand this. It's like certain schools, like Purdue has any good team in the Big Ten's number. They just get you every single time. They know how to out-coach you, out-scheme you. They know what you do best, and they will expose you for it. So I like USC just because they lost to Utah twice. If they didn't, they'd be in the playoffs. So give me USC. Lincoln Riley's gonna cook up a win there in Clemson.
Okay, all right. I like it. Okay? I like USC. Don't get me wrong. I like Caleb Williams. I think he's going to be a great NFL quarterback one day. But I have to think
But what?
about the ACC championship game, right?
Okay.
Now, if we're talking with don't hate me because I butcher this, but if we're talking DJ Uganelli is back at quarterback, USC's taking this game all the way.
Yep.
But what I saw I watched the ACC championship game against North Carolina, and from what I saw, when DJ was in, North Carolina didn't let up. That defense looked like it was a top 20 defense, top 15, and they just kept pounding Clemson. Clemson couldn't move the ball past 50-yard line. Mm-hmm. Then this one dude comes in. I honestly forget his name, but this one backup comes in. Finally, Dabo Sweeney says, "Oh, you're done," and basically pulls in the backup. And the backup comes in and drops like 20 unanswered points.
Wow.
And basically wins the game.
I didn't even see that.
So, is it going to be a lot more competition than I think some people would realize? Because I think a lot of people would be like, oh, I think it's USC because Caleb Williams, the Heisman.
Yeah, it's an easy answer.
I think it would be a good game.
Based on
but
quarterback?
I think Clemson will actually sneak it out because of home field advantage. And also,
it is home field advantage. What's that called? Not Death Valley. That's LSU.
I don't know what the Clemson, which one.
Serious home field advantage. Keep going. Sorry.
But Clemson home games are hard. And then, Dabo's been there multiple times. So, I mean, Lincoln has, but Lincoln hasn't accomplished much when he's there.
Nope.
Dabo's wielded the whole championship before. So, oh my. But yeah, I'm just gonna take the veteran coaching over Lincoln Riley, and I think Dabo could cook something up against USC.
I like it. So are we saying who's starting at quarterback? Because if
I'm saying the backup that took over the ACC championship game
is starting
beats the Heisman.
Let's roll with it. Woo! Let's roll with it. Can't figure it out against Utah. Clemson's moving on.
Oh wait, no. I want you can roll with USC.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you have final say in this one. We're gonna go back and forth.
I like it. Okay, so I have final say here.
Yeah, that's just what I said.
Heisman's moving on.
Heisman.
He's moving on. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Sorry. I'm just smarter.
Oh, I like it. I mean, honestly, that's what I think the NCAA would want because, I mean, USC
Money.
versus Michigan. That's a game.
Ooh, those ticket prices are going to be at least $2,000.
And if I say Clemson wins, Clemson's going to win by like a field goal.
Yeah.
So it would be a close game, and I can see USC winning either way. I
like your point though.
But yeah, I'm just going to take Clemson. But either way, let's go on.
USC moves on. We're going to Bama, Washington. Back to Brandon. Has final say here, but we're both going to talk about it. Okay. As a Michigan State fan, I watched Washington pummel my team, the Spartans, which they were hurt, and Washington's pretty good. But Nick Saban, there's no way. There's absolutely no way. Not even a Pac-12 champ, I don't think is taking down Nick Saban and his crew. Give me Bama all day long.
Yeah, there's not much to say here. I think Bama and Bryce Young, at this point in time, if they were to play right now, I don't think it would be much of a competition for Bama. And I think Bama would, of course, roll Tide.
I can't say it.
And I can, but
I can't bring myself to say it. So they're moving on.
That's fair. But Bama moves on and plays the Buckeyes.
The Buckeyes 5 versus 4. Let's go down to Tennessee, Penn State. Interesting. 6-11. Brandon, kick us off here.
Well, you have to remember Hendon Hooker has the ACL injury.
Very big.
So if he was playing,
yeah,
way different story, and I think
Yeah.
Tennessee sweeps the whole game.
by far.
I don't think Penn State is as defensive, since Micah Parsons, they weren't as huge defense. Micah Parsons made that defense for years.
Yep.
And they lost. So Penn State hasn't had any of those superstars just yet come
Nope.
out back. But I like right now and how I see it. This is kind of hard because I don't really know. Because if Hooker was in, this is an easy win for Tennessee.
Yeah. Very ish.
I haven't watched much of the backup, and I really like Penn State.
What's he gonna say?
I'm gonna go with Tennessee.
I'm right there with you,
I
Brandon.
believe in their offense.
Tennessee is a complete team. It's not just one player. I know Hooker's an amazing player, and he's a big part of them.
Yeah.
But Tennessee's got it all. I'm taking Tennessee here, too.
I like that defense.
Penn State, it's cold up there. People are hurt.
And Tennessee has home field advantage, so
And
that
they
would
do.
be a little ruthless.
It would be rocking an old Rocky Top. So,
Yep. Tennessee plays TCU.
move them on. Now let's go to the top. K-State, number 9 versus Georgia in Georgia's. Actually, now we start bowl. No, it's still at home, right? This is going to be so
I
sweet.
don't know. I think it is bowl games now.
Yeah, now we're in bowl games. You're
Yeah,
right.
so
Now we're in bowl games.
Technically, no home field advantage.
No home field anymore. So, important factor here. Brandon, I think we know who's going to win this.
Sadly to say, Georgia's going to take the win here.
Literally, I would give K-State to almost anybody else, but
Yeah.
Georgia's just too good.
Yeah, Georgia's just going to win it here. Their offense will compete with anybody else's offense, and their defense will shut down
Yep.
your offense.
Yep.
So,
And they have a 25-year-old quarterback. So, Georgia's going to move on to the next stage. And they will play. We don't know yet. Let's go to USC in Michigan. Wow, what a game. That would be OSU Bama's pretty big. I still think USC Michigan just because they never really get there, either team. I'm saying like they didn't go last year. But USC never really goes to the college football playoffs. So if USC and Michigan played each other at a bowl game anywhere near those home field locations, it's going to be packed. Ticket price is going to be at least $1,000 a pop. This game's going to be awesome. Brandon, where are you going here?
me? Oh,
Any
God.
insight? At all?
No, this is
No.
hard. I'm just going to stick with, I don't want to, and it pains me to say it, but I based on the performance I saw in the Pac-12 championship in the past, I have to say Michigan wins.
I'm taking the school down the road too, yeah.
Because their run game, if you can't stop that running game,
It's wraps.
you're gonna lose.
It's
you're gonna
wraps.
lose. And then that defense is already dang solid in the secondary,
Mm-hmm.
and they can pass rush the crap out of you. So Caleb Williams is gonna be hauling ass everywhere, running around the field, trying to make plays all by himself. And I think Michigan would just be too much for USC at this point in time. Give me next year.
Yeah, things
Another
change.
question.
Bigger recruits, people evolve, get
Yeah.
stronger. What I will say is this game would be very similar to the Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady Super Bowl a couple years ago.
Okay.
Maybe
Yeah.
it was last year. I don't know. I can't keep track. Where Patrick Mahomes is a stud, and he's running across the field and slinging it sidearm, and falling back and throwing 50 yards, but he can't win the game by himself. So
Yeah.
I'm giving it to the school down the road as well. Are we in agreement? Or
Yeah.
He's moving on? Okay, because this is your side, not mine. I don't want to steal your thunder. Now let's go to, we want to go here.
Let's go here.
Let's go OSU Bama. Number 4 versus number 5. This is a good one. Brandon, what's your thoughts here? You want me to go first? Do you want to go first?
Yeah, you go first.
All right. OSU Bama, classic matchup. And I am done doubting Nick Saban because they beat him last time, right, in the championship? They did. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
They beat him last time. I'm going Bama here. I'm sorry. I've seen OSU get dominated by the school down the road. And that's what Bama's going to do. They got better quarterback in Bryce Young, in my opinion. I think C.J. Stroud has more talent. But you got to play disciplined against these guys. You can't just make highlight film plays. So I'm liking Bama here. It's going to be close, don't get me wrong. But just history tells that Bama's going to pull this out. That's just me. What are your thoughts, Brandon? You could.
Yeah, no, I agree.
This is your side.
I like Ohio State's offense. I really like Marvin Harrison, wide receiver.
Yes.
I like
He's a
C.J.
stud.
Stroud. Other than that, I like their defense, their defensive line. But I mean,
that one linebacker is crazy.
Oh,
Sorry,
yeah,
I had
dude.
to say
No,
that.
that dude's insane.
He's a sophomore too, but keep going.
yeah,
Sorry.
that dude's wild as a sophomore. But I think Ohio State is not the Oklahoma State. I'm talking about Ohio State. Okay, just the other OSU. Anyway, I don't see Stroud beating Bryce Young and Nick Saban. I think Nick Saban knows a little too much about C.J. Stroud and how to beat him. And I think Bama's just too much for him again, like they were in the past. They're not as high powered as they were in the past, and neither is
Today, Junior.
Ohio State. Neither is Ohio State. So I'm going to pick Bama as well.
Yep.
Roll Tide again. They sneak in. They knock Ohio State out of the bracket. And everybody in the Buckeye State is sad.
As they usually are.
And so many people around the world are sad because the Nick Saban's in the championship again. One of them.
It keeps happening. Now, Brandon, it all boils down to Michigan versus TCU. Wow, what a game. This is a game that you go across the country to. Oh, go ahead.
Did you say Michigan versus TCU?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry. Did I stutter?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
TCU versus Michigan.
Okay.
And we gotta do that. That's next.
All right.
TCU versus Michigan. That is a game you fly across the country for and pay thousands of dollars. Wow, what a matchup! I'm very curious what you have to say here, Brandon.
Well,
because you can go either way here.
Well, yep. You can. And a lot of teams that, if you know college football at all, if you know Big 12 schools and you know Big 10 schools,
yeah,
you will take the Big 10 school if you're a bettor and you like to win money.
We are better.
Now,
better.
The only way I think you can beat Michigan is if you stop the run.
Yeah,
okay? You got to stop the run because old Jim Harbaugh with his glasses on and his squinty eyes and his ref cam where he's just tripping out, he will run the ball even if it's not working.
Yes.
He's going to that running back's going to have 58 carries a game. Okay? Jim doesn't care. Jim's just going to be like, "Oh, it's 4th and 4. Run it." Fine, which you probably should at that point. But who knows? Do I think TCU can stop the run with their defense and potentially win a game against a Big Ten opponent that a lot of people are scared of? And a lot of people think they can win the whole thing. I do. I think TCU has a great offense. I think they have a great coaching staff, and I think they have a great defense. I think their offense can score on you just as quick as Georgia can. And I think their defense can hold you to small numbers. I think they are a well-rounded team. I think they have the best quarterback probably in the Final Four.
Oh, yeah.
In my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I know a lot of Texans fans, Panthers fans, Broncos fans potentially, Lions fans are like, what do you mean? Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud are the next boys, okay? And they very much could be. And I believe in them. I love them, and I hope they have a great career. But Max Duggan deserved that Heisman.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Oh, yeah, he did. Oh, yeah, he got
And if you know football and you watch the Big 12 championship game, you know damn well he deserved that championship and that Heisman.
Don't bullshit me. You know it.
I'm not hitting on Caleb Williams. He's a great player, and he will be a great NFL star.
Yeah.
But this year was Max's. But,
it was.
And I believe Max will pull like he did against the Big 12 champions, K-State. I think he will prevail.
Yeah.
Okay? And I think that TCU will knock off the Big Blue.
Let's go.
I don't think Jim Harbaugh is ready for Mr. Sonny Dykes.
He's not. You can't say that again. You were so ready.
But yes, I believe TCU will beat Michigan. I think they can stop the run well enough. They're still going to run some yards. They're still probably going to have a breakout rush. But I think on all three sides of the ball, I think TCU can win if they play great on all three phases of the ball, which I believe they will, because they have a chip on the shoulder,
Yep.
and I think they will beat Michigan. What do you say, Cade?
Very compelling argument. I like it a lot. Now let's start here. Michigan is a very complete team. The trenches is what makes the difference in all those SEC Big Ten arguments against the Pac-12, Big 12. They're like, they're SEC rules, they're better. The skill positions are pretty much the same, but the difference is in the big boys up front. And Michigan's got it. They got big fellas up there that they're professional people movers is what they are. They are big, big people. Can TCU handle that? It's the main question. I think so. I think they're going to figure out a way. They're going to get ran over a couple of times, so probably going to have to stack the box, and it's going to be one-on-one with outside receivers. But didn't they lose their running back, McCorum?
Yeah, Corum?
Yeah, they lost Corum.
I think so.
I think he's hurt. I'm guessing. I thought he got hurt. Anyways, I don't think their quarterback, because when you stack the box, it leaves one-on-one on the outside. I don't think their quarterback can make the throw good enough to get it to that one-on-one wide receiver. So stack the box. And they're going to figure out, they're going to beat him with numbers.
Yep.
Because Michigan's bigger. They're just bigger and stronger. They're going to beat him with numbers, stack in the box. And they can make more explosive plays than Michigan can. And they're going to go all game long. And the biggest part, TCU's got what, Brandon? What's this right here?
A chip on their shoulder.
They got a chip on that shoulder. So I like TCU here, not by much. It's going to be a very close game. I like TCU here. I also don't like Michigan at all. That's kind of weighing into this. I'm just kidding.
Same.
But I think TCU's actually going to win this game. They are the Cinderella story this year. And that takes us to Georgia versus TCU. Brandon, what a game. Wow.
This would be a big game, especially if TCU shocks Michigan.
That means they've beaten – where do they start? Oh.
Well, they would have beat Tennessee,
and
they would have bet TCU. Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
But either way, they would have beat Michigan, which they're projected not to in real life.
Yep.
So it's a big game either way for TCU, especially if they make it to this game. It's a lot. It means a lot for the Big 12. It means a lot for the whole school's recruit.
It's program defining.
Exactly. It's program defining. It's going to bring in a heck of a lot more recruits. And that program can be a top dog for years to come. Who knows? But for now, it's Georgia. And it's TCU. Now, TCU, they have a high-powered offense. They have a defense that'll hold you to minimum yardage. And I'm talking about a Big 12 defense, which is weird.
A little weird.
They have a special teams unit that can score any time that they might damn well please.
Ooh.
They have a great coaching staff
Ooh.
in Sonny Dykes.
Tell me more.
Now he led them to a 12-0 season and lost to a team they already beat in the Big 12 championship game.
Did you say what I'm thinking, saying?
Now, does that mean that is enough? And I might add, they have the rightful Heisman in Max Duggan in quarterback.
Give it to him.
Like I said, arguably a top 2 best quarterback in the league at the moment. Fight me. But do I think that this little Horned Frog team that started unranked at the beginning of the year, do I think they can beat Georgia's high-powered, fast, big, swinging, dog offense and their elite, all players going to the NFL defense? And head coach Kirby Smart, who's got that dog in him for years, and he's been here more than twice. And who just raised that championship trophy a year ago. Can they beat them? Can TCU pull off the Cinderella story of the year? No. But I thoroughly believe TCU will make it a game. I don't think they will win. I think Georgia will do what Georgia does and score and score and score and score and score. They are the best team in the SEC. They're the best team in the nation. I think they're going to prove it once again. I think TCU has a chance. I hope they win it. I'll be in purple probably, weirdly enough. But I'll be rooting for them if they're here. And TCU is maybe going to put up a fight. I hope so if they make it this far. And I think they will. I think they can because of the chip on the shoulder. I think Michigan's win will mean more. And I think Duggan has something he's got to prove since he didn't win the Heisman. And, you know, he's been through a lot as a guy, as a quarterback in that school. And, you know, I just think Georgia's offense is just too much. And that defense will make some plays that TCU doesn't want to have happen. And they're going to win. They're going to put some points on TCU through their defense. And I think overall Georgia just
They're just
takes
better.
a big old bite out of a horned frog and takes home the trophy. That's just my vote. Georgia wins it. What do you say, Kate?
Well spoken, Brandon.
Thank
well
you.
spoken. Everything the nation thinks Michigan is. The nation thinks Michigan is. Georgia is that and more.
Yep.
And we were already this close with Michigan. It's a no-brainer. We're going Georgia here.
Yep.
Better everything. What's that?
Quarterback has a 401.
Yeah,
You can't.
he's got a 401k. He's 25 years old.
Yeah,
he's
he's
got
got
a family.
nothing on Duggan.
He's probably about to retire in the next 5 years.
Yeah,
The point-
sure.
Yeah.
Duggan might have way more NFL eligibility
Yeah.
and play time
Yeah.
than Stenson Bennett.
Yeah.
And Stenson Bennett might only play out his rookie contract.
Yeah.
But damn it, Georgia's going to win.
They're gonna win.
I think they're going to win.
They will.
Go on.
They will. That you said it all, man. Georgia's just they outclass them everywhere. They have the best recruiting, the biggest fellas in the nation. That D line's absolutely disgusting, and that is when TCU will realize that they want no part of the best team in the SEC. And that's all. That's all we got. Georgia wins the whole thing. We kind of expected that since the beginning, but Kansas State, in my opinion, could have ran it anywhere else on the board.
They're the dark horse.
Yeah. If they didn't meet Georgia, they could have ran a little bit farther.
Yeah.
But this was fun.
Yeah.
This was really good.
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys. We love you very much. Lots of hearts, lots of kisses. Go follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And we'll see you next time on the Hard Count. Peace, guys.